Hey guys, gonna try to do a little video in the shop today, just making a few baits that Ed and I were using on Bighorn Lake the other day. I ran out of jigs, so I got a bunch more jigs out of the shop, but I'm gonna pour me some 2-inch paddle tails, 1.75 frogs. They did really well for us, and maybe a couple other things, but mainly wanting to do this video to test my camera. If you've seen my last two videos, it's just been terrible on sound quality, and I think I know why. And so just gonna see if we can't get that dialed in. I've got an external battery on my camera, and I usually use a rubber band to keep them together because the bracket's broken that keeps it attached. But I think the last couple videos I've used Scotch tape, and I think I covered up some microphones, which wasn't good, obviously. And that's probably been my problem, but hopefully this will get that figured out in my mind, and then I don't have to drop another $300 or $400 on the new camera. I've got a Hero 7 right now, and I've had it for years, and it's done great for me. But we'll see if this works. Come along, we'll make a few baits, and get ready to go fishing. Might head out in the morning, you never know. It's a little breezy today, but come along. Thanks. Stopped in at Napa this morning and had my battery tested on my boat because I went out last time. I flooded the engine, and then I had about 30 seconds of trying and the battery was toast. So I went ahead and got a new battery for that. I thought, oh, that looks pretty new. It ought to be under warranty, and it looked like, you know, brand new battery. And I thought I was going to get off easy, but it turns out the sticker on it was 10 years old. So I guess instead of complaining about that, I just bought a brand new battery, the same brand and everything, just the Napa one, because if it's going to last me 10 years, who's complaining there? So we got that installed this morning, and so we're getting dialed in. Got a mess in front of me here, but let's just get to work. Okay, so we still have that mold out from the other day where we put the jigs inside of this. Those like 3-inch minnow deals. So we'll do that again. That worked out pretty good. There's a top and a bottom to this, so I want my eyelets up and my hooks up. Of course, just kind of back it down about 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch. And we'll have that ready to go. I was wondering if that would work, and boy, we caught a lot of fish on those. And I don't know, they swam really well. It was a good balanced lure, so that worked out good. But yeah, this is I think this is a 1/16 of an ounce, and I ran out of these on Ed's boat the other day, and I was not happy. Where these are going to be a 32nd of an ounce, and these are an 1/8 of an ounce. So I found an 1/8 of an ounce mold in my larder with a round head, so I ordered some hooks for that are not going to be so big. So we'll have those, and then I've got some 3/32 ounce, which is just above the 1/8. Because I wanted to go a little bit heavier, but not quite that heavy. So we're gonna get this little box dialed in. Ed caught all his fish on this one here. That's a 2-inch paddle tail. So we'll throw a few of those together. And on that trip we caught a fish, and they were spitting minnows about 2 3/4 inches long, and kind of a gray color, silver color. So I'll go grab some of that. Okay guys, so I can't decide what color I want to go with. It's either going to be the shark skin type color or kind of a monkey milk. Honestly, the monkey milk's probably more of what I'm looking for, but I think I'm going to do them in both. Why? Because we can. So we're going to have very similar colors, but They should work a little different. I like that monkey milk because it's got a little sheen to it. Kind of like a live minnow would if you see them in the lake. They're really, really shiny. So in fact, you could probably add some more silver flake to that. Really make them pop. But that's what we're gonna do. So we'll take this last color we were using, just pull it right out. Throw a little bit of that in there. And we'll pop that in the microwave for a couple minutes. Okay, so here's our paddle tail molds, 2-inch epic baits. Got 4 of those molds. They shoot 10 a piece. I wouldn't have had 4 of them, but I stole them from a guy. He was getting out of the business and sold them to me for half a retail, actually over half of retail, or under half of retail. Made me an offer I couldn't refuse. So I didn't. Told Gina, yeah, I need $1,000. This guy's liquidating his stuff. Boy, that woman, she just doesn't understand these things. But that's her job. Okay, so that's melted down a little bit. So now I'll just throw a little more on and go again. Just make sure all that new stuff's covered before I put it back in. And I'll shoot it for a minute this time. So here is 1.75 deadeye craw. That is just a killer one. I don't know why, but I like it. And alright, maybe the frog's still on the desk, but if I can find my frog here, the beauty of it is both molds are the same height, and so it's easy to pour them together. There it is, it's sitting right there where we left it. So this is my frog mold, and as you can see, they just live at the same height with each other. So we'll just do one of those, and let me think if there's another one that we want to try while we're at that height. Okay, so this is a little bit higher on the mold, but I've got a solution for that. This is a beaver tail, 1.5-inch beaver tail. I think that's about the right size for what I want to do. So we'll go for that. Just a piece of OSB right there. Throw it underneath those two. And I cut it to where it's not quite as wide as 2 molds, so I can still clamp it good. I'll grab another one of these. It's not quite ready, a little bit of clumps in it, but boy, that monkey milk is sweet. Got that blue tinge just like in the movies. Sorry, my videos have been kind of bland lately. Don't really have much creativity going on the fishing these days. I'm kind of working on getting other projects done and fishing when I can, but hope you're doing well, and we're just trying to plug along every day and every way. We're getting better and better. Hope you're doing the same. Okay, too hot to handle, too cold to hold. We will grab an injector here. I think I'll grab a big injector so I can take all the plastisol that we've made. And we're going to start with these 3 and finish with those in case we don't have enough. We'll at least have 20 paddle tails. Oh no. Yeah, we got it hot enough. See if we get them. Yeah, we'll get them. 1, 2, 3. So there's 30 of those bad boys. And we had a 1/4 cup to spare. So now I'll grab another cup for the other color. And we will get started on that. But now I got that shark skin color here. Got a little blue and black flake to it. Hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. Just cracked open a Diet Dr. Thunder. You ever wonder why only fat people drink Diet Pop? I don't know why I'm drinking it, because I guess I'm just fitting in with the crowd. Seems like every time you go to Walmart or the store and you see somebody with, I don't know, 12 packs of pop in their cart, it's all diet, and they're barely waddling out of the store. But here I am, following suit. America. Just cut off the excess off of those bad boys. Put it in our cup. And that kind of tells you where you're at with things cooling off. Woo, that was hot. Got on my finger a little bit there. Squoze it a little bit. So we poured those last, so they're going to be a little bit warmer. So here's the beaver tails. Yeah. That is a good one. Ice fishing for sure. Here is the froggy, senior frogs. Well, there's a little bit more flake in there than I saw. That's good. And this is that deadeye craw, 1.75. Those things are chompy. It's hard to see probably on camera the color of them or the profile, but boy, they're just a nice finesse size. And we'll just open one of these paddle tails since they're all twins. But yeah, Ed was killing them. That was his lure of choice the other day. He was kind of using a gray paddle tail with a little tinge of green with it. Just kind of some junk that we'd melted together last time he was in the shop with me. And he was swearing by it, but the tail action on those are just sweet. And they're just about the same size as the minnow I had in my hand the other day that a bass spit out. So, had to have some. Get you some. Just like that, we got 30 of them. Booyah. Okay, so we'll just take these sprues, pull those off, make little piles. Little crawdads, these don't pull quite as easy. I mean, they are, but you got to be careful with them. Frogs come in 10s. Those are like fishing a paddle tail with two tails. The action on those legs is just as good as the paddle tail. So it's almost like too hot to handle. The fish can't handle it. They just have to do it. These, I'm not sure. I usually just fish these through the ice, So I'm not sure how they are in open water as far as action goes, but I would bet you with that beaver tail, probably not a bad thing. Might be the ticket. I'm gonna try them out. Probably. Okay. So on this one, the glitter's all settled down. So before we inject it, we'll pour it again. Get the glitter mixed in better. Because it is beautiful. Black and blue. We're gonna knock them in the, punch them in the eye. Black and blue. So we'll get that plastic out of the old syringe from the last one. It just pushes right out. Boom. Okay. Locks in and a twist, which is nice. I've had those ones that don't have that locking pin. Sometimes you'll be pushing your excess back into the cup and the tip will fall off, and then you got to fish that out before you start nuking things. Forgot what I started on. That little mold down here with those built-in jig heads. That's okay. Bought about 500 of those the other day. A little off topic, but these are size 18 treble hooks. My buddy Josh likes to use those with power bait. So we got a lifetime supply now, Josh. No excuses. No excuses. Still a little clumpy. So we'll give it another minute. What I'm going to do on this though, we'll grab some what they call heat stabilizer. Just kind of helps keep the color of the plastic when you heat it, and keeps it from burning. It feels plenty hot, but there was a bigger clump in there that's taking a little more time. So I had it in for a minute and checked it at 30 seconds, and I'm glad I did, because she is ready to roll. We'll hit those bottom ones first. I'm not even sure they worked. Didn't feel like that moved an ounce. I don't know, it just felt weird. Like really weird. Nacho Libre weird. So hopefully this video will save me 300 bucks, because I was looking at the GoPro 13s, the Hero 13 Black. I think it was like 350. If you got the special one, which I always do, it'd be like $549. But I'd rather not do that if I don't have to. I'm wanting to get a new 36-volt battery, lithium, for my trolling motor on the boat. The one I saw was $849, and the charger for it was about $250. So I'd rather spend my money on that, because my boat has too many batteries on it. I've got 3 batteries up front for that dumb trolling motor, 27 series, and it's got to be weigh as much as I do, those 3 batteries. So if I could take out 2 of the 3 batteries and have the last one weigh 66 pounds, might be able to get a couple miles an hour more on my speed down the lake. Speaking of that, my goal this year, I've never driven down to the dam on Bighorn Lake up to Fort Smith in Montana. This is the year we're going to do it. I'm going to take a bunch of extra gas with me, and hopefully you can fuel up there, but we're going to go loaded for bear and take a drive up to Fort Smith via the boat. So that'll be fun. Probably see some black bears that day. They seem to like to hang out in that neighborhood. especially this time of year, eating berries. Grab my cup and put the excess in there. But yeah, the hardest part is making baits is waiting for that plastic to solidify so you can open these baits up. So those don't come out perfect because the mold still shows a little bit, but that to me is okay. Because I don't care. I destroy these things within a couple of fish anyways. So I don't really care if it's protruding out a little bit. But that's darn near what we pulled out of those fish the other day when they were spitting minnows. And the color, it's not as silver as it was, but it'll be fine. Like I said, the monkey milk might be a little better. We'll pop these. This is your craws again. Very similar color, but yet a little bit different, a little more flat. Yeah, those are one of my favorite lures, is those frogs. One of my favorites. That one tried to hop away. Another one hopped away. My goodness. And the beaver. Leave it to beaver. Jerry Mathers as the beaver. Used to watch that when I was supposed to be learning how to change my oil in my car in John Bench's class. We'd sit in there and watch Leave It to Beaver on a little 13-inch black and white TV. There's your paddle tails. Oh, we didn't get a fill right there. See there? Little boo-boo. So we'll throw that back in the fire. So guys, I thank you for joining me today. Like I say, I'll try to do a little more variety, but I just wanted to see if that dumb sound quality is working on this camera. So it'll be, I'm crossing my fingers. Boy, a few of them didn't take. I'll throw them back in the pot. But appreciate your support, and had a guy on my last video that I went to high school with, old Mike, comment on the video that I need to fish with bigger baits to catch bigger fish, which is true. But you know what? I'm not out there for the fish, if I'm honest. I'm out there for getting out there. Fish are a bonus, and honestly, I caught some 3-4 pound fish the other day, but the ones that I really enjoyed catching were the ones on my 2-pound test and they were just little dinks. I really enjoyed those as much as anything. But I think we're set up there. Might do some green frogs, but I think we're good for today. So we'll catch you on the next one. Wish you the best. There's what we're left with. Paddle tails, craws, frogs, and beaver tails. All of a sudden, life's good again.